Welcome in the world of artificial intelligence under artificial intelligence using Python series of lectures. This is lecture on randomized search method part 2. Hi, I am Dr. Sunil from GCS Solutions. The contents of this lecture are search algorithm Python code. So we'll see the Python code for iterated hill climbing algorithm. We'll also see the code for the sub algorithms or functions used in this iterated hill climbing algorithm. So these functions are moveGen function, append function. We'll also see the code for sort function and heuristic function. Let us now see the state space representation of the given problem which is used in the search algorithm. Now the given problem is that we are having the set of nodes A, B, C, D and so on represented in a state that is in the solution space, and there are certain legal moves from one node to the another node. Now that description is given over here, so let us focus where I'm pointing now. So here in our problem uh, given problem representation, uh, one can move from node A to node T, B and C. Similarly, one can move from node T to D and B. This way, these are the different nodes and corresponding child nodes to be visited from the given node. Now we'll see this here as the graph representation. One thing to be remembered here is that in the case of node specification, with the given node, a numeric value is specified. Now here if I say A5, that means A is the node and 5 is its heuristic value. Similarly, we have been given start node A and our goal node can be H and any other node which we basically like to explore as the goal of the given problem or for the given problem. Now this representation can straightaway be represented as a graph, so I will directly explain the graph. So here from A one can visit T, B and C. From T one can visit B and D. From B one can visit D and E. From C one can go to F and G. From D one can move to H and I. From F one can move to J. From G one can move to K and L. So here K and L doesn't have any successor or child node. Now similarly, one can go from node H, I and J to node M, and at the same time M doesn't have any successor or child node. So this description of the English statement can be represented graphically, but this graph or these English statements are not basically understood by our algorithm. So we'll try to represent that representation, either it is in terms of English statement or in terms of the graph which is pictorially represented here as a state space. So none of this is suitable for our algorithm. So we need to have a sophisticated representation of this description of the problem in terms of data structure. So here Python dictionary is used. So here S is the list of successors, so wherein the list elements are represented as the dictionary elements. So here in dictionary there is always a key value pair. So A is the node which is a key, and the values of these key are the nodes which are successor of node A. Now the successor of node A are T, B and C. Similarly, for given value T, that is the node T, the successors are D, B. For B it is D and E. For C it is F and G. For D it is H and I, and for F it is J. For G it is K and L. For H it is M. For I it is M, and for J also it is M. So this way, this dictionary can be used as the data structure for our algorithm. Let us now see the implementation of the actual iterated hill climbing algorithms and the sub algorithms. So before we get into the coding of iterated hill climbing algorithm, we'll see the coding for move gen, sort, heuristic and append function. Here some global data structure which is used in the algorithm is specified, like SUCC list is the list of the successor. So this is SUCC list is a dictionary wherein the key values pair are mentioned as the elements of the dictionary. So key is the node and the value for that particular key is the list of the successor or child node for that particular given node. So this way this list is there. Also we have a start node specified as A, and we also maintain the closed list. We'll see the significance of this closed global closed list in the subsequent discussion. Now moveGen function, it is very simple function. It takes node of which the child nodes are to be found. So it first searches the given node in the list of successor, and if that node is present, then it extracts the child of that particular node and returns that in terms of the successor list. So that is implemented in a very straightforward manner here. So we define the Python code function, that is def moveGen n. Now temporary list, new list is created using list function of the Python. Now this given node n is searched in the dictionary, and this given node is basically searched as a keys, because keys are the node and the values are the list of successors for that particular node. If that particular node is in the dictionary as a key, if it is found, then extract the entire list of child nodes for that particular node n. For example, if n is a, or say n is say b, then what will happen, that this n, that means b, will be searched in this SUCC list. So it is first matched with a, not matching, then t, not matching, then b, yes. So that means the given node b is found, and using SUCC list of b, that means the value of this particular key b is extracted, which is nothing but the list of successor for given node b. So this way that is stored in new list and it is returned to the main algorithm. Similarly, we have a sort algorithm which basically sorts the list in the descending order or ascending order depending on the requirement. But here, as we are trying for say optimization problem, that means we are trying for the maximization, so our list should be sorted in the descending order of the heuristic value of the given node. So this way this function is very simple. So we have given list L as the argument to the sort function, so it calls the sort inbuilt function for from the least data structure or a least data type of the Python. So sort is inbuilt function which is invoked using this list L, list variable L, and here to make a sort, a very simplified one, lambda function is used which tells that key should be the key for the sorting should be the heuristic value of the node. For example, if here node is T11, B13 or C21, for example, for node key A, this is the list. Now this sorting will be done based on the uh, second part of this element. For example, each of the element has two parts, that is node value and the heuristic value. So x of 1 means this will be the x of 1, that means t is x of 0 and x of 1 is 11. So for this pair t11, t11, so sorting should be done based on the heuristic value, and reverse equal to true tells this sort algorithm to sort the list in the descending order. That means the higher heuristic value node should be at the beginning and lower should be at the end. So this way sorting is done and that sorted list is returned to the main algorithm. Here heuristic function takes the node and returns its heuristic value. So it is very simple. HEU function is defined in Python. It takes the node and returns the heuristic value, that is node of index 1. That means for every node there is a pair of node name and heuristic value. So node name is node 0 part and heuristic value is node of 1 part. So that is return. That means heuristic value is return. Append function, it is very simple. It takes two lists, it concatenates the two lists and creates a temporary list and it returns to the main function. Now for understanding, proper understanding of the iterated hill climbing algorithm, please watch video lecture 21. Because here the intention of this lecture is not to describe or tell you the functioning of iterated hill climbing, rather that iterated hill climbing is used as the algorithm to be implemented using Python. So the intention of this particular lecture is to directly tell you the coding. That means how logical steps of the iterated hill climbing can be transferred into coding. So that is the intention. So for better understanding of iterated hill climbing, please watch video lecture 21. Now this iterated hill climbing code transformation is very simple. So we have a function called iterated underscore hill climbing, and here in this we are using the closed list, which is the global element. So we have to use here global closed. Now here our search start with random candidate solution, but in our case we'll start with the given start node, and also this algorithm will take n value, which is nothing but the number of iterations to be followed by this algorithm. So that is given as the argument. So our algorithm takes two arguments, start node from where to start and the number of iterations. Now here the best node is the current node we are assuming. Current means the starting node. So here best node is equal to n, and n is nothing but the start node with heuristic value 5. With this initial random node, we will not take random node, rather we will take a specific node here. But inside the for loop where the actual iterated hill climbing uh, operation happens, which is nothing but the repeated invocation of traditional hill climbing. So in this particular traditional hill climbing part, we'll try to select the random node. Now here for I equal to 1 to n, do this. So this is straight away transformed as for I in range 1 to n plus 1, because if n is 1, so this n is exclusive for range function. So it will take from 1 to, if n is 3, then it will take 1 to 2. So we want that it should be from 1 to 3. So 1, 2 and 3. So we have to specify n plus 1. Now here for certain output purpose, we are printing here star. So here there you will find certain statements in the print function of the Python just to inspect the output of this particular implementation at each stage. Now here node, our current node is the random candidate solution. So here the candidate solution is assumed. The candidate solution is nothing but P, B and C, which is already specified in as the global data structure. So this candidate solution will be taken, that means random candidate solution. So from the list of candidates, so here we have a candidate global list, and from that list we'll extract the random element. So we have a choice, any choice, like for example if in candidate list there are 3 candidates like T, B and C, so anything can be chosen. So that is done using random function and the random class basically, and from that choice function is called and to that candidate list is given. So this will select the uh, random element from the candidate list. So that is done here. Now that child is the child of that particular given node which is randomly chosen is found using this moveGen function. moveGen of, because if n is our current node, then n of 0 will be the name of the node, and for that particular node we want to find the child list. So moveGen function is called here, then that child is sorted, so it is represented here. Then from that sorted child the front node is picked and that is given assigned to the new node. So it is done here, new node is equal to child of 0, but prior to that the child is sorted here. So let us focus here where I am pointing. Now in this while loop, complete path till a node with higher heuristic is found, that is repeated. So this is the while loop which is straight away transferred. So here h of new node is heuristic of new node is compared with the current node. So that is transferred here. HEU of new node is greater than HEU of n. Now if this is the case, then our current node will be new node, and we'll try to find out the child of this new node using Mougen function, and that child is sorted, and again randomly from that current node the front element is picked, and that is treated as a new node. So repeatedly we are getting the set of current node and new node, and this way we are finding the path across that particular uh, hill or particular terrain. Now each time what we try to do here is that if our heuristic of new node is greater than the best node we have assumed outside this for loop, so we'll replace that best node as the current new node having better heuristic value. So this is transferred over here, like here again same way we are getting the new node, and uh, each time we are trying to append the visited node in the closed list. So this closed list will maintain this local closed list will maintain the nodes visited so far across the path, and then we sort this child list, and then that from that child list different node is picked, and here using this if statement the heuristic of new node is compared with the best node. If heuristic of new node is better than the best node, then best node is updated. This way this thing will be repeated as I have described in the earlier lecture of iterated hill climbing, that is lecture 21. You may go over there and can watch that video lecture, can understand that concept, and can come back here to know the actual coding of this algorithm. Now here once we are done with this, I mean to say once we are done with this complete execution of algorithm, so at the end the local closed list is copied to the global closed list variable, and that best node is returned. So our algorithm will remember the best node, and that best node is nothing but the global maxima. So we'll see the output of this code in the next slide. Now here I have invoked the Anaconda prompt, and that Anaconda prompt I try to uh, execute this algorithm, that is iterated hill climbing.py file using Python interpreter. Now I invoked here. Now this algorithm is called basically with two parameters, that is start node and then number of iterations n value. And once the iterations are done, it will return the best node, which is nothing but the global optima. It is global maxima in our case. Now here algorithm starts. So in first iteration the initial point is a node A with heuristic value phi u. So we have initial point, and after that we will have a list of candidate set with three candidates T, B and C, and our algorithm will try to take randomly any of this three candidate solutions, and we'll try to trace the path till it arrives with the node with maximum value. Here in iteration first it randomly picks the node T out of this T, B and C. Now the child node of T are B and D. So let us focus here B and D. B is having heuristic value 30 and D is 27, but that is sorted. So sorted in sorted list D will be at different and B will be the next element. Now in the next iteration our current node will be D. So D is the current node. So let us focus here where I am pointing in this graph. Now for D there are two child nodes H and I. So here again that list will be sorted. So H will be at different. Now here the closed list will maintain the node visited so far. So we started with our algorithm started with T and then it visited D, because among B and D, which are the child of T or children of T. D has the highest heuristic, so it will take this as the current node and it will try to explore the next path. So here that is shown in terms of closed. Now next time it will pick the node H as the current node and node M as the new node, and again as this node has higher heuristic, so this particular iteration is done. So node visits so far are T, D and H. So in our first iteration itself, the algorithm has found the global optima. Why? Because among this given solution space, H is the node with the higher heuristic, and we have a steep ascent like T1 with value 11, D with heuristic value 27 and H with value 101, and after that there is a here there was a ascent, and from this H there is a descent, so we stop here, our algorithm stops here. Now we'll see the next iteration. In next iteration, this algorithm picks the random candidate from the list of candidates. So list of candidate, in the list of candidate there is T, B and C. So at this particular point, with iteration 2, it has chosen B. So with respect to B, it will now try to find out what are the child nodes for B. So it is D and E, it is sorted. Now here your once B is visited, then D will be current node and H will be the new node. So same thing happens like the earlier iteration. So here N is the node, current node, and H will be the new node. And in the next iteration, it will take H as the current node and M as the new node, and it will compare. But at this point of time, the algorithm terminates because it has traced the path from B to D and D to H. Now H is the node having higher heuristic. But because we are here dealing with the maximization problem, so here at this point the algorithm stops. So this iteration is complete. So in this iteration with random candidate B, it has traced the path, that is the maximum heuristic value node. It is called maximization problem. Now in this iteration, that is the third iteration, which is the last iteration of the algorithm. If n is 3, that is number of iterations to be followed is 3. Now in this case, the random function has chosen C as the randomly pick candidate solution, and that is given to the uh, initial start node. Now C is the start node. Now what are the child for C? For C there are two children F and G with respect to heuristic value 25 and 4. So that list is sorted. Now F is the front node which is picked as the current node, and with respect to F, the child of F are J, which is the only child for F with heuristic 67. So that is taken, which is sorted, and that is picked. So obviously in the next iteration, so this particularly this part, whatever part we see here, this is the part of while loop which is inside the outer for loop. So for loop is iterating 3 times, and for each iteration of for, while is tracing the path. The while loop which we have specified in the algorithm is tracing the path. So here while loop terminates when it founds the node with the lower heuristic, because here there is a gradient ascent, and this is the node for this particular part. This J67 is the node which is having highest peak value, and after that there is a descent. So here algorithm stops. So same way happens here. So it picks front node from the child of F, which is J, and it treats this J as the current node and M as the new node, which is nothing but child of J. So here that list is sorted, which is nothing but the child of J. M is child of J with heuristic value 17. Now it will now try to compare the new node, which is nothing but M, with the current node, which is J. Now as this heuristic of the new node is not greater than the current node, so while loop will stop and this iteration ends. But at the end, after complete iteration, after completion of the for loop for 3 iterations, This algorithm terminates, but it returns the best node, which is H. And among all these nodes in this solution space, H is the node having highest heuristic value. This is global maxima. And our algorithm has successfully found the global maxima for the given graph. Hope that you have understood this implementation and its execution. I request you to copy the code from the description section and try it on your computer. And for complete understanding of iterative hill climbing, please watch video lecture 21. So dear learners, how was the lecture? Please subscribe GCS Solutions, like the video if you really like it, share among the friends if you find it useful, and comment for the improvements. We are GCS Solutions, making technology easy to learn. Till next lecture, be intelligent.